Hi, everyone, and welcome to our recording starting here. So I realize that now, as I've got this live going, that I have the delay in the audio is happening. So I'm going to see if I can fix that and turn off that sound. I think this is working now. I'm so excited to be doing this because the technology to get this set up is really pretty tricky. And you should be able to see my screen here. Yes, I think we're all set there. So yeah, this is the first mini mindful moment practice for IMX. I'm Karen Tax. Let me get you to the right screen here. I am a leadership coach. Let me get this screen moving over here. This way. I'm a leadership coach, and I'm going to be leading you through a mindfulness practice so that you can begin to lead authentically and holistically. You can join me in a Zoom room. I'm streaming through Zoom, and so you could actually join me by clicking on the link in Zoom that's in the description for this event. And as we get these things picking up, I'm going to do more than one. We'll have an opportunity at the end for people to debrief with me about how the mindfulness practices are going for them. So mindfulness can be understood as moment to moment, non-judgmental awareness. It's typically about getting into a state of calmness and clarity in your mind. And that being said, we here at IMX, we do what we do applied mindfulness, because it's about playing with awareness, your awareness here, exploring and directing it into experiences where your brain, mind, and body can learn about how they can function best and be resilient in the face of challenges. So the IMX compass is a framework that I've developed based on the rhythm of the seasons, the rhythm of the days too, and it can be a guide that we can use to apply mindfulness in practical ways. So I want to walk you through the compass right now, and this is all sort of an intro that will make the mindfulness make more sense. So, and the compass is the kind of thing that might not make a ton of sense the first time you see it. So, but what I want you to do is to notice or feel the aliveness inside of you as you're going through the mindfulness practice. That's when you can know that the mindfulness practice is landing for you. And it's not about making sense at an intellectual level, but about feeling alive in your whole being. And aliveness is important because it's the key to leadership presence, especially if you want to be and or become a transformational leader, the kind that models and inspires within your team versus the kind of leader that just functions in a transactional kind of way. When you show up accessing your whole self, then you can tap into the people around you showing up as their whole self. So let's go ahead and dive into the compass here. In the north, the season of winter is here, and we'll touch into the parts of you that come alive in stillness, in darkness and rest, like roots that burrow deep into the soil, tapping into new sources of nourishment and information and connection, right? That's, you're connecting with yourself. You could connect more with others. In the east, we'll touch into the parts of you that come alive like in the spring. So this is the aliveness of warming and lengthening days, like the sprouts of new green growth and flowers budding, carrying with them the hopes of new life and new potential just beginning to come into reality. And in the south, we'll touch into the parts of you that come alive during the warming and lengthening of the days of summer when it's actually hotter. And this is when you can see maybe your vegetable garden where it starts to really take off. So peas and asparagus come in early, and then tomatoes and squash. And all of this takes the time that each needs to come into full flavor. And then in the West, we'll touch into the parts of you that come alive as the weather starts to cool again with shortening days. And the garden plants that take the longest to mature, like melons and broccoli, pumpkins that can end up being huge, but only with time. So some wisdom just takes time to mature, like those late garden produce. So let's discover now with a practice how we can lead authentically and holistically as we experience the four directions of the compass, the IMX compass together. So I'm going to stop sharing and go into the practice. Now, I want you to go ahead and close your eyes and get comfortable letting the information that I just shared with you sink in. Notice how you're showing up. And with the meditation practices that I share, I like to encourage people to move around if they want. Like, it's not always the best thing just to sit still. If you need to move, move. So I want you to notice your thoughts, just whatever is here floating through your mind. It could be racing thoughts, it could be quieter thoughts. I want you to be looking at those or noticing those thoughts within you, like you're noticing the weather. You can think of it as an internal weather system, and just let them float through your mind, your being, like clouds floating through on a beautiful spring day. Go ahead and notice your feelings, whatever emotions might be here, especially if you're still thinking about something in particular that may be you may be reacting to. You will be having feelings about that. So let yourself just be with those feelings, noticing them, observing them, and let them move through just like a stream of water. It's just flowing. Feelings and emotion are energy within our body that we can tap into. So let it flow. Now go ahead and notice your breath, the natural in and out of your breathing without any effort for most people. The exchange of what's been very personal air in your body that is exhaled into the world. The personal becomes universal in the exhale. And as you breathe in, just taking in exactly what you need from the environment around you. And as you notice your breath, this natural in and out, we're not doing anything funky here with our breath. Notice your body, the energy in your body as you're breathing. Your breath is awakening life within you with every single breath. Now notice that energy and allow it to drop through your body, the energy that you're feeling, and let it take you into the center of you, whatever that means to you. The center place where you can be relaxed and open and allow your body to relax from head to toes as you feel this aliveness in you. Let yourself feel the center of your being. The center of your being is like the center of the compass. And it's bigger than your thoughts, bigger than your feelings, bigger than your body, even. It extends outside of your body, this aliveness. This is your presence, the presence of you in the world. You might experience it as maybe a warmth or maybe a buzzing of aliveness, maybe a calm, quiet spaciousness. This is your aliveness, your essence. You might call it your soul. It actually includes your thoughts and feelings and your body. And it's deeper than that, more whole, the essence of you. So let this aliveness of you be as big as it can possibly be. There's no limits here. You can dial it up as much as you want. Let your body feel tall in this aliveness. If you're moving around, you might want to stand taller if you're standing. And I invite you to feel the uniqueness of you here, where you're gifted and talented. We know that there are challenges ahead. We could maybe even call these challenges drama. It could get scary. And right now, notice that you can feel safe here and now in this moment, while also tapping into new parts of yourself, parts that you didn't even know that you have, reservoirs of patience and perseverance, resilience, like a tree in winter that's lost all of its leaves. Your roots are reaching deeper. The roots of your energy are reaching deeper into the soil, into the ground. This is a place where you can let your energy tap into new parts of you that, as you feel connected to the ground, you can access. This can feel like a tree that's rooting deeper in the winter, pulling nutrients through. Here's where you can feel stronger in this moment. Like I'm at my best in this moment. I can be at my best. And here you can relax and open even more as you feel yourself connected into the ground, intentionally at this point in time, allowing your energy to drop into the ground, feeling anchored to the earth. Notice as you connect into the earth with your energy, notice how your energy wants to move. This is different than moving from what you think you should do. This is moving from how life wants to move through you. Just notice what that feels like to be connected, your energy to the earth. And to all of life, actually, here from this place. from the center, very centermost of you. Notice maybe you can feel this, how you naturally belong, connected to yourself and the earth and life from this place, this moment. You can't not belong here because you are an integral part of life, as is everyone here. Our energy, our interconnectedness happens naturally here. It's easy. And each one of us is unique. In our strength, we can, from our center, we can flow into the north where we know what's most important to us, what deeply matters to us. As we come into the north, we can know our values, both personally and collectively within a group that we're working with, where we bring our unique strengths to the purpose of our lives and our work. Or maybe it's not a sense of purpose, it could just be a sense of what delights you in the world. You can make it easy if you want. So, as we move into the north, what is calling you here in the north? This impetus you might feel in your energy to work and live in integrity with your best self, this core of who you are, and maybe a sense of purpose. Together, we bring great gifts into the world. And as we turn to the east, notice who is calling you now, like a tree feeling the warmth around you. You can reach out like new growth sprouting from a plant in the spring or leaves unfurling. This is the territory in the east of the unknown, where the form you've been is becoming the next best version of yourself, whether that's you individually or you in your organization. So reaching out to touch the ones, the customers, the new business, the new innovation, whatever it is that's calling us. This is where our deep gladness to offer our gifts and the world's deep hunger meet, where we touch a need in the world. That meeting is happening right now. What we are seeking is seeking us, guiding us forward, pulling the sap of our aliveness into the service of our personal and collective growing. At the same time, it's not an either or kind of thing. We keep reaching and reaching. And from our wholeness, we can reach farther than we knew we could reach and still feel nourished, feel energized in the process of living and working. And let yourself feel that right now. And as we turn to the south, we can see again our unique parts, different roles that we play, what we're good at, what we're not so good at, The relationships are here that are the foundation of everything that we do. And when we don't have that relational relating happening, work turns transactional and soulless, heartless, doesn't feel good. This relating and connecting is so important. So that deepening our connection with others as we work is so important. Getting to know each other as real human beings. And in this way, together, we can do more, especially when we feel truly connected to each other. Well, let yourself feel that now in you, that reaching out and connecting with yourself first, and then with the community that you work with, where you're like each of us, like individual branches, leaves, flowers, fruit on a tree, coming into authentic expression in the full heat of the day. The South is summer, where it's very warm. And we can be clear here about the part each of us plays in the whole of ourselves, the whole of you, the whole of your family, your business, the work that you're a part of, just like a tree. We can be that branch or leaf on the tree. So let yourself feel how you are both a part and a whole at the same time in the South in summer. And then as we turn to the West, things start to cool off. It's getting cooler. The fruit on the tree has ripened, and we are delivering on our promises to serve. Harvesting the fruits here is a natural part of things, and it's a part of our individual and collective efforts both. You are working individually, and we are working together with others, collaborating, coordinating, learning. But now we can feel what it's like to do this in a healthy balance between north, east, south, and west, where we're coming from the center of us and the center of the compass, from our wholeness. Let yourself feel the unique authenticity of who you are in this moment. At the same time, you are a part of many wholes. The ones that I mentioned, and also the planet, this beautiful planet that we live on. You can feel more authentic and whole as you live into the aliveness of each of the four directions of the compass. Showing up rooted in your best from the center to the north, growing into the next best version of you, just as you're starting out in the east, coming into fuller fruition and engaging with the many resources and talents of your community in the south. And before you take action, before you do any heroic efforts, you can pause and be in this centered place, moving from the north to the east to the south. not acting out of an empty cup of you, but a full cup of you, where you start to take action fully. I mean, you're acting in all areas, directions of the compass, but this symbolically is where you really move into action, whatever rhythm and time that you're the most productive. You can think about it in that way, where as you circle through the compass many times, every day you can go through it, every month, every year, you start to see the harvest of the fruits of your labor coming from abundance and flowing through into abundance. Leadership presence exists when you connect with the whole of you and life. So let yourself feel that now. The wholeness of you, the fullness of you, the aliveness of you. So go ahead and move your body now. Let yourself wiggle your arms and your toes and take a breath, a conscious breath here, and let yourself come out of the practice. And as we come to a close, I want you to think about some next steps here. Consider leading yourself from your best, making sure as much as possible through the day you come back to a mindful moment with yourself where you're leading from in here inside of yourself, from your best self, from that core centered place. And also consider, be aware of the aliveness in you that comes from balancing the north, east, south, and west of you. I hope this has been helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in our next mini mindful moment, which will be in a week. Thanks so much.